Yes, we're back out. Beautiful day. The weather is going to get better and better, so they say. At the moment, bit of cloud, bit of haze, cool breeze, but very warm. I would guess about 19 degrees, close to 20. Quite quiet. Managed to get away from that dreaded local lockdown at last. The measures have been relaxed, so I shot straight out. There was no arguments. We were going stir crazy. So, normal route. As I say, we're going to do a multi-day, so we're going to be travelling all over the place. So, park the car, normal place, take normal route out, get kind of worked into it. This has been a month, and all I've done is local hiking, so at the end of the day you get rusty. As I say, not many people about. Don't know whether there's loads of cars down on Kinder Road in Hayfield, but if they're taking the low routes or in the pubs or something. Good to see pubs open. Seemed weird after a month in local lockdown, driving by and seeing people in outside pubs and by chairs and tables outside cafes. We haven't had any of that for what, 18, 19 weeks. So to actually drive by and see it, it's really weird. It's going to be a warm one. So tonight I've got the Trailstar with the V4 inner. Dogs will be on their sleeping bags. I don't think you'll be able to see this monster. I'm sorry if I kind of blocked your view there. I'm using a Canon 80D that I've had for years and never actually used it, and that's why one reason why I wanted to get rid of a GoPro. And on it I've got a Canon 70-200mm f4 lens. So I'm shooting in manual because I got an error code on the lens. I think it's because I've been bouncing about so much the last few weeks hiking, so it's probably a loose connection or tape, so I've had to do everything in manual, which is quite good in a way because it gets you back to basics of using a camera. So no problem, but it'll probably cost a few quid to fix. I might try and have a look and see if I can find anything myself. Should be a bit of water about because it rained recently. Midges are about, I know that. Right, got to push on. As I say, I keep stopping and take photos and all that, and in the end the hours are going to drive by, aren't they? Right, I'll catch you a bit later on. Mr. Impatient. And the forecast for today, all that cloud is going to blow over, then all that clear area is going to give us glorious sunshine. And it's supposed to get warmer as it gets later, believe it or not. Been a bit quiet coming up, very strange. Feels like 7-8 o'clock at night and it's only 4:30. There's a couple of groups, but different kind of people. Today it's been hikers and backpackers, whereas normally you get like children and families and people with dogs. Bit of a breeze, so you're probably picking up a bit of wind noise. So a little update. Last time you saw me, I was wild camping. Where was it? Bleaklow Stones, I think it was. About 4 weeks ago. Just near the end of what was going to be the lockdown. We had unlimited travel, so I was meeting other groups. They're all doing it as well, you know. We could travel wherever we like, so we might as well pitch on the moorland. It ain't going to do anyone any harm as long as we don't kind of mix or anything. So we're getting ready for the lockdown to end for the country. And then on the final days, my city got a local lockdown. It went in reverse, but even stricter. And this time it was only essential travel, so I couldn't breach it then because it wouldn't be right morally or, you know, officially. So I thought it's only going to be for 2 weeks, so I thought no problem, I'll sit tight, do kit, sort everything out. But the 2 weeks came and then they extended it another 2 weeks, so what started as a pain in the backside ended up a nightmare. So we had an extra 4 weeks. Thankfully I did get away in between when everything was relaxed. So the rest of the country had the lockdown completely relaxed. Pubs, restaurants and so on was open, but we went in reverse. We started even getting stricter. So it really turned into a nightmare. So I've been 4 weeks local hiking, but there's only so much you can do, isn't there? And even the dogs were starting to go stir crazy. So it's not been fun. As I say, I was kind of doing an appraisal of my gear. I'm sorry I'm speaking a bit louder just in case the wind noise is taken over. Let's say I had a Canon camera for years with the lenses and all that. Thought I've got to start using them. Stupid to waste. And I wasn't over keen with the GoPro, so I sold the GoPro. Sold my Hillyberg tents because I had so many good tarps. And dogs prefer in the tarps. Obviously winter I use the tent. I've got a Fjallraven Shape 2 for the winter, and that's brilliant. That I really do like that. And I've got my £15 special Marmot grid that I've been doing up. And I tell you, it don't look bad at all. But the Hillyberg's brilliant tents. Too expensive to be honest. And at the end of the day, they're just too big and too heavy to carry. Stella, I'm chatting to you and she's, I don't know, looking for mice or something. Something in the ground she's looking for. So yeah, windy and hazy at the moment. But see, all that cloud that's breaking up there, it's all blowing over. We should get a really lovely evening, so I'm not too worried. And tomorrow's supposed to be a scorcher, a beautiful day. And then the day after that, if I do stay for 2 nights, it's supposed to be getting cold again. So I'm expecting the odd shower in the morning, early hours. When I say early hours, 7-8 o'clock in the morning. So I brought a poncho so I can throw that over me and the camera. Camera and lenses are weather sealed, but you don't want them getting soaked in. And the temperatures, I think, are dropping from like in the 20s. Tomorrow's going to be in the mid 20s. and the day after is going to be something like 10, 12. So it's going to be a drastic drop, so I'm going to feel it if I do stay 2 nights. I'm keeping up to date with the weather because it's the weather forecast, because it keeps changing. You get up in the morning and know what was going to be 30-mile-per-hour winds turns to 40, 45. So we'll see. One last thing, kit weight. I always give the kit weights, not because I'm some nerd that loves to kind of speak about my kit weights or anything like that. It's just because I know people do show interest. You know, they like to know what gear you're using, what packs work, and so on and so on. And the kit weight, and this is counting the camera, which is probably about £2, with fluids, gas, food, for a multi-day, which could be 2.5, 3 days, is £32.5, which is quite heavy, but don't forget it's for a multi-day, and I'm carrying some extra dog food. So I mean, once all that's gone, I think with standard weight, once the food is more or less gone and his food is their food is gone, it'll be something like £25, £26. And don't forget, £2 a day is probably for camera, maybe a little bit more. Right, go before the wind noise takes over. Tell you what, it's a perfect day for hiking. That cloud cover is slow moving, very slow moving, but like you can start seeing it creeping around to us. So the evening should be, as planned, a beautiful night. And a good sunset, hopefully. Still on this these slabs, old mill slabs, on this featherbed top or featherbed moss. Sorry, I'm terrible with names, you know that by now. I'm just looking over high shelf there, and Snake Road below, you won't see that, we're in a dip here. But not many cars there, not as many as recent weeks, so I was just thinking, because the weather's going to be so good tomorrow, I wonder if everyone's going to the coast. So they're all hiding at home tonight, make a break for the coast tomorrow, which happened last time. I was on Bleaklow. I was all alone on Bleaklow. See, not many cars, I don't know if you can see it. And what was happening is, everyone was jam-packed on the roads. It was absolute chaos. Going back to what I was saying earlier, before this local lockdown, I had plans to go to Scotland, go to coast as well for a day, do some kind of checking out on the Norfolk coast for future spots, but the local lockdown completely ruined that idea. So at the end of the day, it's been one of them years, isn't it? And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but at the end of the day, we've all been in the same boat. And sadly, some people have lost lives. So we must never forget that, must we? It's just so nice to be out. As I say, probably be a couple of days. The aim of the game is to go onto Bleaklow, which is at the back end of where my sticks are pointing, and then sweep right round in a big arc and see where we end up. That's the plan. But That happens in plans. I would say, hold on, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, maybe 13 cars. Hey, you two, underperf. She's looking in the grass for something, in the grass. Not like there's birds or anything, like she's looking for mice or something. Look. What's in the grass? Maybe she saw something earlier. Whereas I've been up here past few weeks and I've counted near close to 30 cars on the top there. So it is quieter. As I say, the people I've seen have all been either backpackers, look like they're doing the Pennine Way some, a couple of wild campers. I haven't seen the day trippers, you know, as I said, the families and all that. Really weird. Rebel, are you leading the way now? And with this breeze, it'll keep the midges away. But I'm listening to Stella walking on that grass. I keep telling her to walk on the path because it sounds very slushy. So they've had a lot of water, a lot of rainfall. So with that, it's just soaked it all up. And if you can hear it now. I've walked on a couple of these slabs and it feels like the slabs are floating, and you know how much these weigh. So, and a couple have really splashed. So there's a lot of water hanging around, which therefore means I'm going to be walking across Bleaklow in a marsh, which is going to be fun. I've done it so many times. As I say, these 2 days are not about doing anything special. It's just I'm glad to be out. So what I'm going to do is go and pitch on a favourite spot near Bleaklow Stones at the back end, looking over Crowden Valley or Longondale Valley, and have a nice relaxing evening there and do some photography. And if the photos come out any good, I shall add them to this video. If not, I shall not embarrass myself. I just have that strange feeling today, even though I can see some cars, that the place is quite empty. Doesn't have hardly any noise. If it weren't for them cars and the odd walker, which is really weird because the weather's nice. Look at her. She is looking in the grass for something. Look, look. So what is she seeing? My dog's crazy. She must have seen a vole or a mouse or something like that. And it's really bugged her. Crazy dogs. Water's really gushing out of springs today. I call them Herne Springs, but I don't know if they are officially. I'm sure I've seen somewhere where it said that. Right. And that's my water supply for tonight for the dogs. Look at that, crystal clear. Very cold though, it's fogging up already. After filtration. Brilliant. So, I think these are 2. Yeah, oh, 2 and a bit, 2.5 I guess. 2.5, 2.5, 5 litres. 6 litres, close to 7 litres, 2.2 pounds to a litre. Let's call it 14, say 15 pounds extra weight on top of 32, that's 37, 47, getting close to 50 pounds. And this pack's only supposed to carry, I think 35, 40 pounds. Haven't seen a soul. And that break in the weather just will not push over us. It probably will in a bit when we're on Bleaklow, so it'll be perfect timing. And it's 6:30, so I want to be pitching around about 7:30 mark. That's why I always plan for, unless it's a busy area, and then I'll leave it a little later. Dog's happy. I didn't take his pack off because he was resting, so he was happy. Right, got to push on. I've got to load this in the pack. Wish me luck. Going up there, you go over the side of the bank and then you go up over a really high peaks at the very beginning. And carrying 50 pounds, it's quite good fun, I tell you. Right, off we go. Approaching Bleaklow Head. The sun is somewhere. Come on, sunshine. It's not cool, it's nice and mild. It's so overcast. The video on here is probably making it look nice and bright. Kind of semi-darkness, more or less. Feels like 8 o'clock rather than 7 o'clock. Time's flying again. Rebel's marking Bleaklow ahead. Well done, Rebel. Right, we gotta push on. Luckily I know where I'm going. I mark my pitch spots on View Ranger, so even if I can't see where it is, I'll find it within a couple of feet using the View Ranger app. So it saves me searching around in amongst the rocks and in and out. They have a spot. They said the wind would be 20 mile an hour with gusts of 25, get stronger through the night, but at the moment it's about 10 or 15 at the most. Rebel, who's watching the sheep, it's lots of sheep up there. They're everywhere. Herds of them. And then they do, hey, Rebel, yeah, Foos. I was going to say, and then they do stupid things like that, run right in front of him. Foos. Good boy. Here. Foos. See? Does as he's told, that's what we want. It's instinct with mouths to chase, so to call him back and get him doing that, that's brilliant. I'll keep my eyes open for the vulture. There's supposed to be is it a bearded vulture or black vulture been spotted around these areas? So I'm looking at that. No, it's too small. I don't know if you can see it. Way too small. About 5 times that size. Some kind of buzzards like. Right, gotta push on. Normally you can't find no water. Today there's water everywhere and that looks quite yucky. Stupid dogs. And them hanging about in there. Come on you! Been fun coming across there. I stayed out of the troughs, but the grass is wet, which is not good. Don't want no wet grass. Right, I'm going to pick my route now. I don't want to go down there, I want to go over there. Oh, right, double back. If I go down there, I'm going too far over that way. I want to be going that way. Right, you two, this way. I saw my spot back here, I'll show you. But I thought, should I cut across or not? Because it's very, very wet. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm worried about, it being too boggy in some places. So I thought I'll go round, but that looks just as bad. No, we'll go this way. Cut up here and round. What I want to do is go that way and then swing to the left. Because you ever know what I'm doing, don't it? You too, Foos. Right. Destination reached. Sorry I'm out of breath. Very boggy. Had to do a lot of zigzags, stay out of the mush. A lot of mud. And for this time of year, that is crazy. Now Stella normally takes me to the pitch spot, so there's sheep up there, they're going to have to move out. Oops, got to be carefully. I'm filming in tufty bits. Could be ankle break, is it? I recognise them stones. I'm not far away, about 100, 200 metres. I've reserved a grassed pitch, so I hope it's still vacant. Look at her searching. She goes, I've been here. And we might get some sunshine. Whew. That was a slog, last bit. Right, I'll let you know when I find our destination, which is only somewhere up here-ish. Woo! Twenty to 9. Fed dogs. I've not had no dinner yet. Trailstar's up. Got a bit of ventilation. It's not going to be a cold night. I don't get too much condensation in there. They're having fun. No guy lines except the front one for them to trip on. I'll show you how the inner is. I've done the V4 in there. First time I put it up in real life, you know, inside the Trailstar. So there's a couple of tweaks I've got to do, but it will work, and it will work good. Stay there, you two. I'll come barging through. So, dog area with ground sheet. And look at the V4 in there, just sagging on that side, which I've got to tweak it. I'll put something there, a piece of elastic or something. But plate of room in there, and it's not touching the tarps, the inside of the Trailstar. It's the top end. I allowed 115 height, but you got to remember, with this moorland and the ground, that pole sinks about 1 inch. So I didn't account for that. Otherwise that end would be much better. But even so, I'm going to be fine. I could easily sleep with my head up there, but then the dogs will be here. So I'm sleeping with my head up there. It doesn't matter. The aim of the game is keep the midges off. And for the dogs to be okay without destroying anything. So I'm well impressed. I've not had no dinner. I was figuring out how to do things, how to get it right, how I want it. God knows how many pegs I've used though. But pegs are not a problem, are they? I'll leave the bottles here and I'll leave something else here so dogs don't hit that pole. That's going to be a problem. I'll leave this clear down here so there's no reason for them to hit things here. More than likely they'll go out this end. So I've just got to make sure there's no pegs or anything like this, see, sticking up. Keep that down so they don't catch it. Because trust me, it's not tightened yet. I'm letting it cool down. It will go a bit saggy and then I'll tighten up then. And just tweak it a little bit more. And look at the weather. It looks brighter than it is. It's not this bright, trust me. And there's your sunset over there. Just about gone. As I say, it'll be going about 9:15, I think. But no, I had no time to take photos. See there, it's catching a bit. As I say, I'll tweak it. But I mean, I could set the pole lower, but then the inner would be more saggier. So I'm gonna have to, I'm working that out anyway. Put it like this. This is the first time I used that inner inside, and it's very close to working perfectly. So just a bit of tweaking. Now, why put a V4 inner inside the Trailstar? Quite easy. A nuke works, brilliant inner, perfect, does the job. It's what it's for. But it'll cost 3 times the amount, and plus you have to order it from the US, and then you've got import charges and everything else. Now, I could go in there with a bivvy and kind of use some kind of mosquito net over my head or around my face, but tonight, it's a bit breezy, so I wouldn't expect many midges. But imagine if it weren't very breezy and there were midges everywhere. I don't fancy a mosquito net or midge net around my face all night, and I'll get tangled up and all that. So dogs will be fine. There'll be a bit of a draft coming in, but what I'll do is I'll put things around the edge, you know what I mean, at the back ends, probably some of the dog bits, like the bags and all that, you know what I mean, so it stops any breeze coming through. But it's not going to be a cold night, and I've got some dog jackets for them, so only lightweight ones, but they'll do the job. Take any chill off them. I don't think it'll be cold. Right, I'll go have some dinner. I am absolutely starving. It's been a good one. This is one of my favourite spots on Bleaklow. Probably one of my favourite in the Peak District. So beautiful. And there's normally loads and loads of birds, but it's very quiet tonight. Amazing, when you're in there, out of the wind, you're very warm. It's lovely. And as I say, dogs will be at the front, I'll be at the back, so I'll be a bit of a windbreak on them. I could have set it lower, as I say, but the V4 inner would be too saggy then. But as I say, I'm going to tweak it and tighten it up, not over tighten it, but this is what I want, you see. I don't want the dogs knocking things and crashing through things and everything else, like in out on a tent. Now look, they're going. Go on then, lie down. Go on, lie down on your beds. That's it. That's what I want. On the bed, Rebel. On here, on there. That's it. See, that's what I want. They're out of my way. You know what I mean? Not going to cause me a problem. And if they need to go out for a wee or anything like that, I don't have to unzip things. But as I say, this wouldn't be in the winter, it'd be too cold for the winter. Right, I've got to have some food. I probably won't see you now to the morning. So I have one last look. I'm trying to go slow so it doesn't pan too fast. As I say, it looks ever so light on this video, but trust me. And the sun's going to go any minute now. It's going to go beyond that cloud. That's probably how it looks. I don't know if that's now shown on the video. Right. Not a bad spot, is it? I think we'll have a good night. Right, probably see you in the morning. Well, definitely see you in the morning. Hold on. Right, I will have some dinner now. Bye for now.